Alright, so kind of a new pot I've been making that's I really like is like a bigger jug, whiskey jug with a handle or whatever you want to put in it. But it's a really fun pot to make, and I've really enjoyed the shape and the style of them. So show ya. This is actually quite a bit of clay, so this will be a pretty big one. I don't know why I put them on these little bats. The top's going to be like this big around for a cork. So I kind of want to control, as I make it taller, I kind of want to control the top to be inward. I mean, it's got to be enough for my wrist to get in there, but I want it as tight as I can keep it. The body of this pot is actually going to be pretty round, but while I'm making it and distributing the clay, it'll be more of a cylinder. It'll be kind of vertical. I'll actually go in at the end and make it more round and give it its shape. My rubber bands are catching on clay. I don't know why I even have them on my arm. So this will be the last time that I probably move the clay. I can kind of feel how thick it is between my fingers. Left some serious throwing marks there. Jeez, silly. I start to go in. I'll just use this wood tool and just start to clean it up. This helps me give it the shape. I'm pushing from the inside out. Maybe do that one more time. The stick's just kind of bracing it and cleaning up any crap on it. The last thing before I start to make the top is I go in with I'll go in with a rib and I'll give it kind of a shape from the inside. Plus it cleans all the crap off the inside wall, the wet clay, and it makes it easier to make the top. I'm very technical when I talk about making pottery. Very, very technical. The hardest thing for me about making pots is keeping track of my tools. But anyway, this is just a little metal rib. I'm going to slow the wheel down a little bit, and then I'm just pushing it in, slowly moving down the pot. I actually prefer it to be a little bit thicker right here, but when I make the top it does seem to bow out a little bit right there, so I don't want to go overboard with that. Alright, so now, get it wet, I'm going to speed the wheel back up. Hopefully don't make it wobble. as it gets tighter, the clay gets thicker and thicker. So we have to go in and throw it a little bit more. Sometimes I end up taking way too long to do this, but I like it to be cool. It's got to be, it can't be like real wet, but it's got to be wet enough to slide between my fingers. If you're a serious baller as a pot maker, the top doesn't really wobble ever when you do this, but if it does, there's a solution. Trying to wobble on me. But it's not going to be able to. So now I go in and kind of make the shape of the top that I want. Which isn't that. Hand me that. Yeah. That's close to being super badass. I actually made it taller than I wanted anyway, so it's not hurting me to cut off. Now that just evens the top back out. And the way I like them is to have this little bump right in the middle of the top. It's nice to have the top nice and round. And I don't know, I've been kind of going in again with this metal rib, and I'll give it like a line of where the neck actually starts. So I'll go into like right there. And it's actually a nice line for glaze application. I can change colors at that line and it really flows. Give it its final shape here. Sorry that you had to watch longer. These take a little bit longer to make. That's why I'm going to start making $1 million a piece on them. Cool. Whiskey jugs. So you get a kind of a reference here. I'll hold it up so you can see the size. If I can get it off the wheel. Careful. So this is kind of, I don't know, this is definitely more than a gallon. Probably a gallon and a half or something. Shrink a little bit. Test it out.